Well, good morning and welcome again to another podcast, Down to Earth, but Heavenly Minded. I'm your host, Rish, and today I'm getting ready to start a new project, and it's some lectures on the epistles to the Hebrews, and the author of these lectures is Samuel Ridout, and there are 16 lectures, and I thought I'd just quickly go over them with you before we start our project here, and I hope you'll follow me through these lectures because they're really great. Now, we have a brother in our assembly at the chapel where I meet, has started to do teachings in lectures. Now, some people approach the book of Hebrews differently, and some approach it from a Jewish standpoint, and some try to glean out of it the lessons that we can apply to our lives, even as Gentiles. I'm a non-Jew, but I believe the epistle was written to the Jews, but there's different aspects of it. Anyway, these lectures, the first lecture is going to be on the Son of God and his supremacy. And then the second one will be on the Son in his humiliation or humility. And then the third lecture will be on the God's house and God's rest. And then the fourth one will be on the heavenly priest. And then moving on into the fifth lecture, which will be the apostasy or a strong consolation. And each one of these is moving right along in the book of Hebrews. And as we get to the sixth lecture, we'll have the everlasting priesthood. And then in the seventh lecture, we'll have the a better ministry and the new covenant. And then in the eighth, it'll be the priest and his sacrifice. And then also number 9 is the finished work. And then number 10, we'll have the sanctification and their worship. And then 11 is going to be holding fast. And then the 12th will be many witnesses and their work and their walk of faith. And actually, it'll cover the faith chapter. And then in number 13, lecture 13, will be the many witnesses, etc. And that's continued from the last chapter or the last lecture, lecture 12. And then when we move into lecture 14, we'll get the being girded for the race, getting ready for that race. And then in lecture 15, we have a continuing city. And then in the last lecture, lecture 16, we're going to look at the glories of Christ traced throughout the epistle. So with all that said, I'm just going to stop my sharing here for a minute. I don't know what's wrong with my background today, but I've been having some trouble with my lighting, the way it looks. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that this is what's going on. And with that said, I'm just going to end our podcast here, and we'll get into our lectures. And hopefully I can go through them pretty good and pretty fast. And I'll try to do it on 2 computers so I can move right along. So with that said, bye for now, and Lord bless.